Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, then welcome, and repeat visitors, welcome back. What we got here is a little desk review. This looks like the GepRc Phantom, but it really isn't. It is the GepRc Phantom frame with different components. If you've seen some of my other builds, I like to twist things up and make things the way I would like to see them, instead of going out and buying the originals. This one I always like the little GepRc frame style and the look of it. These aren't actually antennas on here. I just left them in for the appearance. Looks really slick. I like it. So it is the GepRc frame, but it's all HappyModel inside and out otherwise. Excuse me. Up front, we got the Caddx Baby Ratel 2. And to that little twit on Reddit that was harassing me because I said you should put a Baby Ratel 2 on a whoop. That's a 14 by 14. Dumbass. They're fine. They're not like heavy as heck. I run one on my on one of my whoops and does just fine. So moving onward. So this one, I think the originals, the original GepRc Phantom, they used 1103 8000 kVs. I used what I had, and so this is the, let me get it in focus here, the EX 1202.5 8000 kVs, little happy models, and they do good. I think they might have a little bit more grunt under the hood than 1103s. It definitely has some good punch. On top of those, these are Gemfan 65 millimeter. These are courtesy of Hillbilly FPV. He sent me a whole bunch of them, little care package. So super kick-ass guy. If you haven't checked out his channel, check it out. HillbillyFPV, man. You guys killer. And under the hood down here, we have the HappyModel. It's the same board that comes in the Sena 8 now. It's the HappyModel Crazy Bee F411. Has the motor plugs out to the sides. I like using motor plugs because I change motors a lot and fiddle with stuff and constantly tweaking things. So this gives me an easy, quick, change out. Also for testing. On top of that, we have the HappyModel 400 milliwatt whoop board here for the VTX. And back here is our little EP2 ELRS hiding underneath there. You see if I can get that image there. All my wires in the way. I use a little bit fatter wire than some people use, but I'm not really too much of a weight weenie when it comes to stuff. If it was 1S, then I might be worried then about using more weight than I needed to. And then my giant monster beeper. You can see it's pretty close in clearance there, that prop, but I need this because I can't find my quads when they go down. Black, for some reason, is really hard for me to see on different ground, so I prefer to have a nice loud beeper. And I'm starting to put this stuff on my quads. I haven't on this yet. This is a like a glow-in-the-dark fluorescent green tape. It shows up kind of yellow on the camera here, but it's a green colored tape. It'll glow in the dark, so if you go down, come back when it's dark, and you can probably find it. So I'll be putting that on the undersides of them. You can see this is bottom-mounted battery. That's because I wanted to save room for a little HD camera up here and have space for the battery. I might be able to squeeze in a battery behind it. We'll see how it plays out, but I've been running it bottom mount just for now for testing purposes. Some of the guys in the group that group is C2C FPV, Coast to Coast FPV. Check any of those guys out. Really awesome dudes. In the group, we were talking about, you know, different antennas, and I had tested this on it. That's how I originally built it, was the old Sigma, iFlight Sigma. Good antenna, but Xplicit FPV and Hillbilly FPV, those guys were chatting with me, and they were talking about how much good luck they had had with dipole antennas and how they're kind of leaning back towards that in some of their builds. So I thought I'd give it a whirl. Now, penetration wise, maybe the iFlight might have a little bump as far as performance, but overall, I think the dipole kind of wins out. Not saying this is a bad antenna, but for this particular build and the way I'm going to be flying it, it works really well. I was impressed myself. So I'm going to be running that on here, and we'll see overall how it does over time. This works fine. I have one on the Flywoo Firefly Baby Nano, and it works great on there. That's a 350 milliwatt VTX. I think it's more actually like a 300. Anyway, it flies fine on it. So it's kind of based on your goggles, maybe your goggle antennas, and how you want things to go with your build. But I use the dipole with that. Like I said, these work fine with other builds. So other things about this, I think the GepRc original build was a 2 or 3S. Excuse me, freaking cold out. My nose has been running. And on this one, because of the use of this board and these motors, I can run 2, 3, or 4S on this if I want. I haven't tried 4S yet, but I've been running it in tests with 2S and 3S. 2S, it's super fun if you got a place with a lot of trees you want to buzz around and weave in and out of and everything. 2S is just a blast on it to do that, you know. 3S, and you got a little baby monster on your hand. This thing is just a crazy little ripper. I'm still testing with sizes. I ran 350 RDQ 350s in 2S. I ran 450s in 2S. The weight kind of pulls a little on this. You can feel it kind of tug you in corners. But I think the one I'm going to be running the most of is probably a 453S that I tested on it. And I just used RDQ, 3S, 450 milliamp. And it did just amazing. I'm still kind of wondering about the weight-wise of that battery. I'm wondering if I could get away with if I could find a 350 or a 300 in a 3S. I'll have to hunt around some more, see if I can find one. That one might be a real sweet spot for it. Shorter flights, but right now it gets good flight time and everything. So I think I'll just stick with what I got and keep testing. We'll see when I get a HD camera put on here if I can squeeze in a battery behind it. We'll see how the top mount will work for it. So for now, just wanted to give everybody a little lowdown on what I've been building, what the heck I've been up to. Haven't been putting out too many videos, you know, life happens. So for now, we'll call this the end. Let me know what you think. I mean, I'm not the cleanest builder, but everything works fine on this. I think it'll be a blast. It's definitely going to be keeping me busy for a while. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll get some videos up pretty soon of it. I got to just process them. So until then, or next time, whatever you're doing in RC, if you're flying or driving or boating or whatever, have fun. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. Don't let any stupid government agency try to smash your fun. Continue flying, having fun, and we'll see you next time.